what do we know about Latino civic engagement and voter patterns in 2024? And how does that compare to really the Obama era? What kind of arc are we seeing?
Yeah, it's a great question, and one that I think we really need to grapple with honestly if we have any chance of recovery. As you say, the sort of demographics and the way they're playing out, it's important that we figure out this piece. And just to take a step back, I think really want to acknowledge what you said, how you started the conversation about there were these sort of two staffers, one acknowledging and the other not. I think at its core, we founded Somos because that sort of dynamic and debate was continuing to happen. I think too often Latinos were showing up in political rhetoric, but not in political strategy. And we knew that we needed an organization that didn't just count us as a number, but counted on us by actually being rooted in community and in our daily lives. So I think something that I believe really deeply, especially now, is that listening to, responding to the needs of Latinos in this country is incredibly important, and it's going to require not incremental tweaks, which is what we've continued to ask Latinos for consistently over the course of the last decade, right? Like it's the incremental change. We're asking them to just wait. We're asking them for a little bit out of time, and they're telling us, I can't afford to live. You're asking me to play a game of inches when what I need is a Hail Mary. And I think everything we're seeing, both from the conversations we had in the field, we had about 300,000 conversations in just the last 6 weeks of the election last year, combined with everything that we've seen in the data and research this year, both from Somos and from our friends over at Eki's research, is telling us that there was a pretty seismic shift between 2020 and 2024. And a lot of it had to do with this sort of um, Overton window that had shifted in what people needed to live in this country, right? So, how they were defining economic success, how they were defining prosperity, how they were defining the American dream and what it took to reach it in that country. That whole conversation shifted between 2020 and 2024. I think the pandemic really created an economic situation that exacerbated people's everyday economic anxiety, and that never went away. So the sort of stark example I like to give is that in 2020, the conversation that we were having with Latinos, especially young Latinos, was it's really important to me, and I'm defining economic success by being able to own my own home someday. It's really important to me, and it's really hard to do in this country. By 2024, that conversation had shifted to I will never own my own home.
Mm,
Is really important to me and it will never happen for me.
hmm
That sort of shift in people's perception and the lack of solution and action that they were seeing from us as well left them open to rhetoric and what was
hmm
something anything other than what I'm experiencing now, because what I'm experiencing now isn't working.